You're right. I didn't have any YouTube tutorials. I should make like literally something. In fact, I have a lot of cool options in. It's hard to know where they are. And mine is the generation who doesn't know how to write checks. It's true. I have no idea. But I'm happy to give you that quick run through. So just so you know, if you load the page, you have an about page right here, which if you click this, it gives you some insight. It's not really a tutorial, but at least it tells you some of the options that exist. So, just a quick run through. First things first, it is a routing app. It's supposed to compete with like Plotter Route, Rabbit GPS, Komoot, Strava's routing feature, those types of things. It has a ton of different route options over here. So technically it's 28 because of how permutations work. You can, yeah, you can choose like a route that maximizes being on flat roads or hilly roads or unpaved roads. You have tons of options. Then on the left-hand side, I have a Show Gravel button, which was kind of what started all of it. If you click on this, it pulls the gravel roads from your local area, and you can click on this and click on this all you want. And it just pulls all of the gravel roads. You can see gravel road, you can see gravel roads. Any roads that kind of get a coloring, they are gravel or dirt or something like that. And that's how you can just kind of pull them directly to the map, and then you can route either on them or off of them if you want to stay off-road. You can also choose unpaved here, and this will help you stay on those roads. You can just keep pressing that button and finding more gravelly roads, which is definitely why I want to be biking because gravel rocks. In any case, you can press a whole bunch of other buttons. You can press like undo, you can press all of these and pull some more things to the map. And if it gets too busy, you can either press these buttons to hide them or press this button to delete them. But back to like the core feature of what the site does, which is creating a route. You can click and click and click, and it will create a route between those points depending on the particular thing that you choose. And you can click and drag on the route. You can click to create points to then drag. So you can drag, click, and you can just have all sorts of fun. I have options like combining the beginning and the end with this button up here, and as you can see, I have a whole route. I mean, like clearly I probably shouldn't have that point, so I can right click and delete it. And then I have kind of what's probably maybe a fun route, and you can see it's mostly unpaved and gravel. I can switch to all sorts of different map types. So just going down the line here, weather will give you weather along your route. So if you just tell it when you're going to start the ride and how many hours it's going to take, 151 miles. Oh my God. Say that that's going to take, I don't know, 16 hours? You can project all sorts of details so you're not surprised. It's kind of better to keep like one of these here at a time so you can see what the weather is when you begin your ride and what the weather is like throughout the ride. You can see if you will hit any rain. Looks like there will be some sun in this ride. Wow, because it's 8:41 right now. So, yeah, this ride's going into the morning. If I were to actually do this massive adventure, you can see the wind and you get a tailwind percentage. It's only 41%. That's not great. So maybe don't do this route. So you have weather there. You can project things onto the map like I have already shown. This gives you some information about your route, including a breakdown of different surface types, how much ascent you have, your net elevation, all other sorts of details. You can have all sorts of different map types. I'm going to be honest, I gave you one that cost me zero money as like your basic map type. These other ones do cost money. I have Google Road, I have Google Satellite, Google Hybrid, Google Terrain. I like Google Terrain personally when I'm making my routes, and I gave you lots of Google overlays. So you can click on traffic and you can see where all of the roads are out. You can see what all the traffic looks like and you can route around the traffic and the roads that are out, which is super convenient. You can click on a bicycle layer, trans layer, get all sorts of details from Google, which is wonderful. And then you can change your line type as well. So line type is referring to the type of line that your route is made up of. You can click on grade. You can click on surface. These ones don't exist yet. This one and this one don't really exist yet, but you can see what surface types you will encounter where. There were some other little interesting points that my site has that nobody else has, which is kind of cool. You can right click on a particular segment of road and choose from a variety of other road types, like change this to be more of a racy profile, but then everything else just remains unpaved. So I think that's cool. That's really because one time I tried making a route using a different tool, I think it was Komoot, and I parked my car at a school in a town, but I made the route really gravelly, and it was having such a hard time, like routing back to my car, trying as hard as possible to stay off road. I was like, no, I just want you to take me back to the car. And so I really wanted a routing program that I could just designate some portions as paved and some portions as unpaved. And mine does that. It's fantastic. So just back to some of the core concepts. You can create a route real quickly and easily by simply clicking around. It just finds the nearest road. It uses some software to find a good route point to point using this like profile that you give it. You can undo and you can redo. You can download, you can upload, you can share the route, you can send it to your Garmin as these buttons dictate. You can save the route, you can view your saved routes, so those options exist. And one other fun tidbit is you have this little like AI route insight. This uses this really new technology called ChatGPT, which is something called a large language model, which gives you back information if you give it a query. And in this case, it told me about this route that I made. So, second one, your plan falls within the northeast and southeast corners of the region in Iowa, United States during the month of June, and so on and so forth. So it will tell you about some cool local places, like I have no idea how to pronounce that. Makatokita Cave State Park. Definitely murdered that. But that's a cool feature. So just a quick little reminder, the main focus of this whole app is just to create a quick and easy way to design a route using the ability to click around and drag these little waypoints and drag points out of the route itself. And then it gives you some cool little attributes here, like being able to change how the route looks. So you can see like the different steep portions of the route, see the elevation of the route. It gives you the weather for the route. As a fun little tidbit, you can even define portions of your route that are unknown by going over here, going to surface type and clicking define unknown, and it will call down pictures from Google and use an artificial intelligence to classify what surface type that is. Now, if you didn't catch that, let me find some more unknown portions. As you can see, this part's unknown, this part is unpaved. I can click on define unknown and it goes through and pulls down those images. So I hope this sheds some light. I probably went through some of the aspects of this too quickly, but the fact that you even cared at all to ask, makes me super ridiculously happy. I have like a whole bunch of really awesome features that other sites would charge money for, and honestly, I'm just blown away if anybody wants to use any one of them. So if you find this entertaining, fantastic. If you find it useful and helpful, even better. But I hope you have some fantastic rides, and hope this was somewhat helpful. Bye.